What's going on, family? Happy Bakuriym. We're talking about the Feast of First Fruits. Everybody drop their names. Drop your names. Where you coming in from? We are celebrating the third of 7 festivals. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Share it out. Share it out. Listen, I'm going to get this in the chat. We're going to get this thing rocking today. Welcome. We've had a phenomenal Pasaha, a phenomenal starting off with matzah, which we're in all week. And now we've got the Feast of First Fruits. We still rocking 2 feasts at one time today. And I love that. So we're going to get into that. So just drop your name. I want to say, look, what we got? Drop your name. We want your city and country, or your city and state. We want all of that. We want to know where you're from. Let Yahuwah know that you love him. We're going to have some fun today, too, because we're going to be talking about first fruits from different angles. First fruits is so powerful. And it's kind of like it's a feast of Yahuwah, but we're not commanded to do anything extraordinary other than we've got to observe it, and we got to understand that those sacrificial portions of the commandment that Yahusha, he took them. He did a couple of things that I'm going to cover with you that's so phenomenal when I read to you out of Urikara, which is Leviticus. I want to read to you, what exactly he did and why it's important about what he did. So I want to give him a shout out. Who we going in on today? Who's here? I'm going to look and see. My wife bought me this crazy mix of juices today. I got mango. I got strawberry. I got all kind of different things in here. Lena, you got to tell me all what you put in that juice today. Who's here? Who's here? We got Emberlay Aguilar down in Mexico. We got Theo Carruthers, Clarksville, Tennessee. Suhey. We got Rush. We got my wife is here, of course, Elisa Tenna from Seattle, Washington. Diane from Las Vegas. Amber House coming in from Illinois. Randy Moon from Missouri. Lane and Heather Book coming in from New Boston, Texas. What a name, huh? People be thinking, oh, she's from Boston. No, from Texas. You're going to do, she throw, Lane and Heather throwing you a curveball. They're going to say, no, we from Boston. No, we really in Texas. I like that. Part of the 144. Come on, Sylvia over in Union City, Georgia. Lisa Alston, Maryland. Well, what's up? What's up, Brandon Taylor from Colorado? Joe and Ebony, Colorado. What y'all doing with that snow up there still? Y'all get on in here. Come on into this good weather. What do y'all come down here to the feast of Sukkot in September? Where Lena and I live in South America, Colombia, we run between 70 to 88 degrees year round. 70, we don't hardly ever get under 70, and it don't hardly ever tip over 88. That's a trip. We got windows open 24/7 all year. There's at least one window open around the house for 24 hours a day. That fresh air is coming in. Adam, what's going on? Ontario, Canada. We got Nate, Mark and Lene coming in from Fayetteville. Marquise. Come on, Donna Steele. Coming in from New Jersey. Jamie Galloway, upstate South Carolina. William Pollack, Northern Ireland. Michael Fickick coming in from Maryland. Diedrich Wilcott, Dallas, Texas. Elizabeth, Ghana, Africa is in the building. Come on. I love it. I love it. I love it. We don't have no Zoom link today, Brandon. No Zoom link. This is just a live. This is a live, straight live. When we do those Zooms, those are set apart gatherings. We'll have another one on this upcoming Sunday. There will be another set apart gathering. Pamela coming in from Northern Ireland again. Woo! Archella, Missouri. Adriana, where you at? Nana, Las Vegas. My pops coming in from Kentucky. Yeah, James Harris, Virginia. Adam coming in with some kingdom business with that super. Adam says, I'm doing first fruits. Adam gets it. See, y'all got to understand there's so much energy and people overlook it. I'm telling you, people overlook the Feast of First Fruits, Bakuriym, because it don't have any little specifics. I'm going to teach you the specifics, which are from the Spirit that takes you up to another level today. How many of y'all want some power blessings of Yahuwah? Now, how many of y'all want Yahuwah to bless you and bless you indeed? Expand your territory, enlarge you, create opportunities all over. That has a lot to do with first fruits. I'm telling y'all. Michelle Nicholas coming in from the Netherlands. Come on. Dave Messenger, North Illinois. Rich coming in from LA. That's Roshan, LA. I love it. Come on. Who else we got in here? I'm about to go in. Clifton. Come on, Chicago, Chi-Town, Windy City. Y'all warming up yet over there? Woo! Man, I'm so happy. Jesse Gillespie coming in from Clarksville. We got Adriana coming in from Lagos, Nigeria, Africa, representing. Y'all got to come on. Y'all. Share it. Joe Carter said, I'm going to plant some first fruits today. Already coming in with the super. Come on, Joe. Gonna learn today, ain't we? Yamani, our beautiful sister coming in from North Carolina. Elizabeth. All right. I'm going to go right in. Y'all just share this out. Share it out. I'm going right in. I'm going to grab. Let me get the true scriptures. I've been over here working on translations. Hey, I know y'all been waiting on Bereshit to get up. I've been told it should be up today, no later than tomorrow. For real. They just, when the festivals come up, man, it just kind of throws a little curveball in things from the schedule because we got so much preparation going on with all the different families. So y'all be patient. It's going to get there to you. Y'all be patient. I'm working on the power study guys today at the same time. So how it's going to come out, Bereshit's going to come out, I think, in 10 chapters. So I know the first 10 chapters are getting ready to be loaded out of the 50. And then we're working on the power study guys. We'll add 10 more. We're coming. Yeah. Come on. Let's get it. All right, let me go find Yahweh. Y'all bear with me as y'all keep on sharing it out. Y'all keep warming it up in the chat. Your brothers get ready to go get the fire. I want to read this from the True Scriptures. All right, let me make sure I got it. We got files growing. See, what happens is I'm doing the translations. I got a master file, then I got sub files. And so as we take them down, we give y'all books and stuff. You see, you starting to get released. These books are going off in files by themselves. And it's really a trip because if we ever find any tweaks, we got to go back through all those files, do all those tweaks. So it's it's not a little project. It's a mega project. And y'all make sure you keep your prayers over this project. This is serious. All right, I got it. Let me pull it up. Eureka. Chapter 23. I'm going in as I get set up. Y'all got this shared out because I am going in. I'm going in. Eureka. Yes. Here it comes. Pulling up. Figuring out which screen I'm going to read this from. Got it. Okay, I'm going to Eureka, chapter 23. That's Leviticus 23. Now, we've been rocking these festivals, haven't we, fam? Think about this, what we doing together, y'all. We rocking these festivals. We together on this. This is a family. We learning this. I've been rocking this for all these years. I've been putting the messages out, and all of a sudden my wife said, honey, go live. If you go live, people going to come from all over the earth. I'm like, all right. I hit live, and here y'all are. She was right. Yeah. I love it. All right, so we're in the Feast of Matzah at the same time. So Matzah started yesterday, which is very unique because yesterday, we were rocking 3 festivals at one time. We had the Pesach. No, I'm sorry. We had 3 appointed times. We had the Pesach happening, Passover. We had Matzah, Feast of Unleavened Bread, and we had the Shabbat. Yahuwah, for some reason, wanted to power pack these 3 days, man. Like, now let's just power pack them, right? And then all of a sudden we move into today, and now we're out of the Pasaha. We're out of that now. We've now moved into Bakuriym, which is Feast of First Fruits, but we're also in Matzah. Why? Because he says here in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 7, on the first day, you shall have a set apart gathering. You shall do no servile work. Servile work means making money, buying and selling. That's what that means. But if you got to do some stuff around the house, you got to cook and clean, you do all that. There's no problem, right? Now watch this. He says, have a set apart gathering. Guess what we did yesterday? We followed Yahuwah's instructions and we had a set apart gathering. Hallelujah, right? Now I'm going to go to verse 8. And you shall bring an offering made by fire to Yahuwah for 7 days. Okay. What that means is he wants you to cook something on the grill with some fire. And you want that fire to hit that meat. Now, people say, what kind of meat goes on during matzah? Well, whatever meat you want from matzah. See, the Pasaha deals with lamb. After that, it deals with meat. So you want to put some burgers on? You want to put some deer on, venison? You want some buffalo? You want some chicken? You want to put some fish on? Right? Long as it's a clean meat, you want some elk? Whatever is a clean meat, you can go ahead and put that on the grill. When you do that, you're thinking about the feast of unleavened bread, matzah. You're thinking about, I'm removing all the yeast out of my house, which you should have did yesterday. And we got questions coming in. What if I forgot something and realized it? That's a great thing. That means Yahuwah is now working on you. See, now he's working you. Now the spirit of Ruha is now living in you and is making you aware. The big time purpose for the Feast of Matzah is awareness. Awareness. Put that in the chat. Everybody put awareness in the chat. We're going to rock together today. Come on. Awareness. Yahuwah wants you to be keenly aware of how to live a sin-free life. He wants you to be thinking about, I can live my life without sin. And let's just say, you felt like Sister Sherry. She said, man, I got everything in the boxes out in the garage. And then I happen to look on my shampoo and notice it has some yeast in it. Now, I'm telling you, the awareness is going to make you healthier too. That's right, Mandy. Everybody about to get healthier. Watch. Just going through the Feast of Matzah, unleavened bread, you're going to start to realize, because you can't eat any yeast this week. And it's going to blow you away how many things got yeast in it. And what's going to happen is you're going to start to have to get more natural this week. You're going to get more natural this week. And by you getting more natural, you're going to say, well, all these other little things that I've been buying, we don't really need all that, because you're going to notice that you're going to feel satisfied by eating without the yeast. As if you were eating, you're going to probably feel more satisfied. I felt full all day yesterday. Nay is in the building with that super. First fruits. Come on, Nay. Lene is up in here. So you're going to start to, man, I'm feeling better. So I want y'all to make sure you understand this is awareness. You might not get every little speck of yeast out of your house right the first time. Next year, you're going to get better. But all week, I want you to keep in mind that the yeast represents the sin, and that Yahusha took all the sin away once we depend on him and believe on him and call on him. And we've repented from breaking his ways. This is incredible. So I'm thinking all week. Now, every day, there's no day you don't do what I'm going to say. You must, it's mandatory. You got to eat unleavened bread. You got to get some unleavened bread. And most people say, what's unleavened bread? Some of it will be a little softer, but ours is like crackers. Lena made it out on sheets and it cracks. And I'm telling you right now, I was tearing it up yesterday. So we had some delicious grilled chicken. Matter of fact, I'm going to send it over. The staff does it sometimes, and watch this. And then sometimes I'll pop some stuff in there from time to time. But I said, Lena, send me that video. Lena posted on her Instagram yesterday. Lena always got the cool stuff she put on her Instagram. But she posted us cooking this food yesterday, and Lena marinated this chicken. I don't know what she did with this chicken. This is the best grilled chicken I ever had in my life. Watch this. I'm going to put this in the Telegram group right now. Nolan's. Watch this. First. I'm doing this one, staff. Nolan's first day of matzah meal. Whoa. It's delicious. I'm talking, man, delicious. I'm not playing with y'all. It was absolutely delicious. All right, I'm loading it right now. Y'all can go over and look at it. Watch this. Tell me this don't look delicious. Linda put that on her Telegram, and then she's got friends that don't follow YAHUAH. They go, oh, what is that? Oh, that looks delicious. And then they say, what's that? Bringing an offering by fire for 7 days to YAHUAH. What's that about? Then she witnesses to him. Y'all see that? You'll notice on there, you'll see she got her hashtags on there. YAHUAH Passover, unleavened bread, feast of YAHUAH. She got some cool writing on there. She got the scripture on there. It says forever. Everybody see it yet? Dwayne, you see it? Hey, Dwayne had a beautiful spread. Dwayne, you think, hey, Dwayne like a chef or something. Hey, y'all see all those pictures going up? Hold on. Randy, he said, Mr. Leader, I just bought vinegar and hey, that vinegar got yeast in it, Randy. Unless you got some vinegar with no yeast, you might have a special vinegar. Y'all got to be aware that vinegar got yeast in it. Unless you got some non-yeast vinegar. I want y'all tell me if y'all found some non-yeast vinegar. Hey, y'all checking out the Telegram. And for those of y'all don't know the Telegram, go to pttgram.com. I'm celebrating today. There ain't nothing like formal about this. I'm celebrating and I'm going to teach too. But I'm celebrating. I'm happy. I'm always happy. Look. Everybody said, damn, I just got the vinegar out too. See, this is going to make you aware. Everybody drop it in the chat again. Give me at least 10 awareness in the chat. This is proving it. Put it in there. All right. So Yamani said distilled vinegar has no yeast. You hear that, Lena? Do a double check because I want some vinegar if I can get it. My sister Yamani might say, right? Hey, and it's just, it ain't like, it's not where you get all broke up. Once you give your heart to YAHUAH, y'all gotta understand. Come on, James Harris, with that super in here. First fruits in the building today. Yeah. Suhey, are you sure about that vinegar? I want to know. Somebody double confirm it. I'm not playing. I took all the vinegar out of here. That's vinegar, you out. Because I know what YAHUAH is doing with me. I know what he's doing in our house when we go through the feast of unleavened bread, matzah. All right, so Yamana says vinegar with the mother has the yeast. I drink that all throughout the week. I do enemas with that. I'm going to teach y'all about enemas too, how you can stay. See my skin, 55 years. Still can run like a deer. Skin soft still. Cheese has also got yeast in it. Y'all got to be aware. Yep. William said, no yeast in my vinegar. Emily said, all cheese. I'm telling you. Lena, put together a list real quick and then drop it in the chat of stuff that people might not be thinking about. Do that, Lena. Because guess what? We're going to get great on this. We're going to get great on this together. Just give us 2 years. really working closer together, teaching, learning. I'm out here doing a lot of talking, but there's going to be some of y'all become elders, and you're going to go live and promote the truth. Like once I go, oh, I trust their message. They got it. Then we're going to start saying, you're rocking the live today. Let's go. I don't know about that, Michael. Apple cider vinegar doesn't have yeast. I don't know about that one, Mike. I don't know. Because that yeast will naturally occur in that apple cider vinegar. Okay, Luya said, I have Heinz all natural distilled white vinegar with no yeast. Okay, this is fun, y'all. Okay, Sherry said, I found distilled vinegar is distilled, so yeast is removed. Apple cider vinegar does not add any brewer's yeast, so the only amount would be the trace. You don't want no traces of yeast, so I wouldn't play with that. Okay, don't play with it. Okay, don't play with it. Okay, so only distilled vinegar has no. That's good to know. I'm gonna double, triple check it because I'm not playing with Yahuwah this week because he wants us to be aware. That's the big deal. You're gonna have some little mess up with this yeast thing. It's almost a guarantee. And what this is gonna make you aware of is more than likely you got too many nonsense products in your house that you don't really need. You understand that? Now, Aaron said you can always use natural juices, lemons, apples, etc. Yeah, let us give our heart to Yahuwah. Your wheat ingredients are good. You can use wheat to make bread out of it. You just can't have no yeast in it. Yeah, apples have pectin, which becomes yeast. Y'all gotta be careful. I'm telling you. I be eating some fresh apples. I don't know about that other stuff. Ebony, feel me. Don't play with Yahuwah this week. You got a week on this thing to get very aware. Okay? Y'all understand the purpose? So it's all about awareness. Yahuwah just wants you to understand that you can live a life without sin, but you got to be aware. This is what's called guarding the commandments. So when you get the yeast out, that means look how much attention you got to pay. I'm paying attention to that. Now, you got 4 different levels of competence. I teach this in personal growth outside in the business world, but this relates very well in the spiritual world. I'm going to teach you right now. This is where y'all can take some deep breaths.
Distilled vinegar is still fermentation of alcohol.
So distilled vinegar is still fermentation of alcohol, which is yeast. Natural yeast. Y'all better not mess with it. I'd leave that vinegar alone if I was y'all. I'm not doing the vinegar since my wife just told me about the fermented process of alcohol. Nope, not doing it. Y'all, hey, I'm not playing with Yahuwah. Okay. So here's the deal. You're going to learn to live without sin. You're going to learn it. It's not that difficult, but you're going to have to become very aware of sin. You have to be very aware of it. Now you got 4 levels of competence when it comes to where you unconsciously just do this. You start living this way and you don't have to really think about it. But the Feast of Unleavened Bread, matzah, what it does is it makes you all of a sudden move into the correct competence. Daniel Bakote coming in with kingdom business in the building. First fruits represent. All right. So the first level of competence is unconscious incompetence. I'm going to put them in the chat. All right. Unconscious incompetence. Then I'm going to teach y'all the scriptures, right? So that's the first. So unconscious incompetence means that you just don't know what you don't know. You know, when the scripture says if they had not known, they would not be held accountable. Unconscious incompetence means I don't think about it and I don't even know anything about it. Y'all with me? So unconscious incompetence. Now, once you hear about it, you move to what's called conscious. Yeah. Conscious incompetence. This is a big deal here. Conscious incompetence. So conscious incompetence is where you now admit that you didn't know it. Guess what else that's called? Humility. So conscious incompetence is the stage that Yahuwah wants you to make a decision. He says, I give my compassion, sign named grace, to the humble, but I resist and even hate the proud. So if you're very prideful, you're not going to get this conscious incompetence right. Conscious incompetence, man, I didn't know that I didn't know it, but now I consciously am admitting that I didn't know it. All right, so you might not have known Yahuwah's name. That's why you don't beat yourself up. How could I not have known this? You don't do all that. If you happen to miss some yeast in your house, you don't beat yourself up. You just humble yourself. Yahuwah, I'm sorry about that. I'm now becoming more and more aware. Talk with your daddy. Have a good conversation with your daddy, Yahuwah. Say, I got it, Father. Okay, I'll make sure. I mean, that's like two things that we missed last night. And then Lena put him out over by the door. I got him, Voop, took him, got him out in the garage. Simple. All right. I ain't feel bad about it at all. Didn't feel bad about it at all because Yahuwah knows he working me. He's going that way. Now I see you, boy. I see you working. All right. Now, the next level of competence is, and this is where many of you now have grown to since you've been involved with Promote the Truth. And this is beautiful. So you move to this level. All of a sudden, you're going to move to what's called conscious competence. Now you know it. Now you know what you're supposed to do, but you got to think about it. You got to consciously think about it. See, that's all. Almost everybody here, listen to me now, except the new people moving through these stages. New people might have popped in and said, I didn't know what the heck y'all talking about. Oh, I admit it. You humble yourself, or they'll hit the leave button. They're going, oh, I don't know what they talking about. And they'll leave. Pride. Yahuwah will destroy those people. Okay. But conscious competence is where most of you're at, and that's where you stay in deep discipleship. If you want to become an elder, if you want to become a leader in the kingdom of Yahuwah, you're going to have to be incredible with your conscious competence, which means you see it, now you know it, you're applying it, but you got to think about it. Now, think about when you learn how to drive. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, your hands on the wheel. And you're thinking about where you're driving. Now, every one of y'all here that's been driving for more than a year or two, y'all already know. You already know this next level I'm going to talk about. Can you guess what it is? Yeah, this is where everybody's got to work toward. You got to work towards unconscious competence. That's where eldership's at. That's what Yahuwah's building. That's when Yahusha said when he was on earth, go and make disciples out of all nations. Disciples, there's levels to this. Now, unconscious competence, you've been doing conscious competence so long that you don't even have to think about it. You just naturally do it. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Every one of y'all to drive now. Y'all drive across town. Some of you ladies put makeup on, everything while you're driving. You know, and the kids in the back, hush up, get off. And you get to your destination and you don't have no idea how you got there, but you got there safely. You want to know why? You've been doing it so long, you don't have to think about it. So I've been following Yahuwah for 17 years. I don't have to think about his name is in the front of my forehead. I thought about his name so much, applied his name so much, dwelt upon his name so much that is my first thought unconsciously. I dream about stuff with the scriptures. So it's unconscious now. So how you get to unconscious competence is you got to be off the charts with your conscious competence. You got to be a student. You got to be applying. That's why these lives that Lena encouraged me to do are so great. This is escalating your conscious competence up to where all of a sudden you can just start getting it like it ain't nothing, right? Before we get to the 144,000, what are we looking for right now? Put it in the chat. Why? This is unconscious competence. You don't have to think about it. Who are we? What are we building now on earth? What are we looking for? Watch, put it in the chat. You don't have to think about it. What's the first number? Look at that. First number coming in your head now. When it comes to the key, you thinking 144. You thinking 144. See, I pump that in y'all so much, day in and day out, consciously pumping it in you, that now you got 144 in you. You're going, hey, out of 8 billion people, I'm one of the 144 that Yahuwah can count on. Well, if Yahuwah's going to really count on you, you're going to have to be off the charts with your conscious competence. So guess what makes you very conscious with your competence? The Feast of Matzah. The Feast of Unleavened Bread. When you get that yeast out, and then all week, every day, you can't eat no yeast. And you got to think about it. You got to think about it. I wanted some ice cream last night. I wanted some ice cream so bad. Right? I was like, I want some ice cream. We went down. So when Sabbath was over, dusk, sun completely set, no light, Sabbath's over. Let's go get some ice cream. Then she said, well, what ice cream don't have some yeast in it? Well, let's go down there and talk to them. Let's go see. So we get down to this specialty store, and they get this vegan ice cream made from almond milk. Hallelujah. And it was this pure grade stevia, because I usually don't want that stevia taste. It was pure grade, almost just like sugar. And y'all, I got me some chocolate vegan ice cream, and it tastes just like chocolate mousse. Hallelujah, Yahuwah. He gave me something, but I was thinking about it. I'm looking at that whole case. It's got yeast in it. What's the whole? Ooh, what's that over there? Y'all see? So you gotta think about it. It's gonna make us conscious competent. Okay. So now I'm going back in the scriptures. I'm in YAHUAH. That's Leviticus chapter 23. I'm in verse I'm rocking. I'm over here rocking a verse. Where you go? Oh, I got it over here. I got it over here. Okay. I got verse 8, right? You shall bring an offering made by fire for 7 days. Okay, so not only are we rocking, we're not gonna eat no yeast, we're gonna have barbecue. We're gonna get us some fire every day, just like y'all saw me put in the Telegram group. Y'all saw it go in there. Y'all saw that delicious meal. Lena had those vegetables rocking too. We're gonna every day. We're gonna have it for 7 days, which means when all the way till Sunday. I'm gonna tell y'all the dates. Y'all can't come back here and say, "Well, I didn't know," right? I didn't know. Here it go. So this upcoming Sunday, Pagan Day Sunday, it's gonna be the 31st. So you got to go all the way to the 31st. So the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, you're going to have a barbecue with some fire. And you're going to get you something on there. It does not have to be lamb. It can be any of the meats that's clean. And you're going to eat it with some matzah. So you're going to eat it with some unleavened bread. Y'all got that? Every day. This is a discipline. This is the conscious competence I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, many people are not going to have this discipline. I see what Yahuwah is doing. Many people's not going to have this discipline. They're not going to want to go, man, I got to go all my cabinets and check my personal care products. I got to make sure all the yeast is out of my house, put it in the box. Oh, I gotta cook something on the barbecue every single day for 7 days. Most people are not going to want to do that. That's why we're set apart. That's why only a few going to get in. See, the people that don't do this, they're lawless. They go on their own game. It's not like Yahuwah saying you got to do these certain things all year long. He says, I got these feasts and it's for you. It's to draw your families closer. Pull all your families close. Okay? People say, what if it's raining outside? You better make it happen. What do you do if you're out in the woods? You know, they put them little tarps up and get that fire right at the edge of the tarp. I don't know what you're going to do. You better get that done. Or you don't have to do it. You can choose to be disobedient. I can't give you no shortcuts. So all the stuff y'all ask me, well, what if it's this? What if it's that? Yahuwah didn't put that in here. He didn't say, watch this. Verse 8, and you shall bring an offering made by fire for 7 days, unless it's raining, or unless it's this, or unless it's that. No, he just said it. He was very point blank. And you shall bring an offering made by fire to Yahuwah for 7 days. And on the 7th day is a set apart gathering. You shall do no servile work. Boom. Simple. Y'all got that? You either going to do it or you ain't going to do it. Or you're going to put all this stuff in the chat and send all these messages and emails in, and we're not going to respond to them. By the way, if y'all send us emails going, well, what about this? What about that? We're just not going to respond to them. If it's because most of those emails are dealing with, I don't really want to be obedient. That's what it deals with. If you want to be obedient, you're going to find a way to please Yahuwah. Period. You're just going to do it. All right. It's up to y'all. Next, I'm over in YAHUAH chapter 23, verse 10. Now, this is where I'm going to break down what Yahusha took away. Because then Yahuwah says, speak to the children of Yisrael, and as Israel, and say to them, when you come into the land which I am giving to you, and shall reap its harvest, meaning when you harvest your food, then you shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits from your harvest to the priest. Okay, so you're going to bring your first fruits from that harvest. You're going to bring it to the priest. Okay, so this is why we understand the importance of Yahusha. Because now Yahusha became Malaki Zadok. Do you know who that is? Y'all want me to put that in the chat? Y'all want me to put that in the chat? Does anybody know who Malaki Zadok is? Aren't you glad you're here learning? Being disciplined? Everybody know who Malaki Zadok is? I'm going to give you the Hebrew too. Yeah, I'm going to hook you up right in the chat. I'm going to give it to you right in the chat. All right. I'm going to give y'all a vote. Distilled vinegar, don't do it. That way you don't have to guess. Too many questions about distilled vinegar to mess with it. Nobody have distilled vinegar unless your conscience tells you good for a fact, no yeast. Other than that, don't even mess with it. So we're done talking about the distilled vinegar. All right. Daniel Bakote Kingdom says most don't want the truth, Brother Jay. They want an excuse. That's a fact. So who is Maliki Zadok? Who is that? Look at who's done it, Danami. Who is that Danami? Put your name in there, Danami. Come on. Put your name in there. There you go. Melchizedek. Now we talking. All right, Elisa was on it. All right. So Melchizedek, sign name, pagan name, is really Maliki Zadok. And that's how you spell it in the Hebrew. I put it on the screen. So why do we not have to? I'm with you. Look at Tiffany. Hey, he ain't no joke, is he? Malachi's a doc. They say he couldn't find the beginning. They say it's an actual person that lived on the earth. Malachi's a doc. So, Amber, family.
I found this on the web for beginning.
I don't know. Lena, you guys showed me. I don't like Siri. I don't even want it on. But sometimes I hit a good note and this thing Siri will pop on and all. I'm like, I didn't tell you to talk. But it must have been fired up about Malachi Zadok. So, Malachi Zadok, when we get over here and we read in YAHUAH, chapter 23, verse 10, and Yahuwah says, speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when you come into the land which I'm giving you and shall reap his harvest, then you shall bring a sheaf of your first fruits from your harvest to the priest. We ain't got to take it to no priest. See, this is what those who call themselves Yahudim but are not, quote, Jews, this is what they're upset about. They still want to hold on to the priesthood. They hate Yahusha. They want to hang on to that priesthood. They want to go through all these rigmaroles. They want to go through all these things right here that's being written here. They still try, and guess what? They don't even really do it. They side cut the heck out of this stuff. They're not sacrificing all them lambs. They're not doing all this. They shortcutting it left and right. They just hate Yahusha. That's what it is. They hate him. He said, speak to the children of Israel. So we don't have to do it. And look what it says in verse 11. And he shall wave the sheep, who? The priest, before Yahuwah for your acceptance. The day after the Shabbat, the priest shall wave it. So we know it's the day after the Shabbat. That's why everybody that's got the calendars jacked up, they don't do this the day after the Shabbat. Even those who call themselves Yahudim is not. They jump and skip around on this. So we know what was yesterday, the Shabbat. So we know that the first fruits happens the day after the Shabbat. And the priest shall wave it. Well, who's our priest? Who is our priest? YAHUAH Mashiyha. He became the Malachi Zadok. Y'all understand? I'm breaking it down to you. And on the day when you wave the sheep, you shall offer a year-old male lamb. He became the lamb. Without blemish. He had no blemish. As a burnt offering to Yahuwah. He is a burnt offering. He's the burnt offering. And the grain offering shall be 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour that's mixed with oil, and an offering made by fire to Yahuwah as a sweet fragrance. And its drink offering shall be 1/4 of a hin of wine. And you shall not eat bread or roasted grain or fresh grain until the same day that you have brought an offering to Yahuwah. All right. Yahusha became all of that. All that, the drink offering, the fine flour, the roast, all that, Yahusha became all of that. That's done. That's why you got to study to show yourself approved. Period. But then he says, this is a law forever throughout all your generations. What's a law forever? The Feast of First Fruits is a law forever. What does that mean? Okay, let's find out what that means. What does that mean now? Because Yahusha, he does something. He says, do not think I came to abolish the law. I came to fulfill it. That means we got to pay close attention to what he fulfilled. And then we don't do those things that he fulfilled. We don't do those. But when Yahuwah said this is a law forever, we have to uphold the recognition of that. That's right. Memorial. Mike got it. Memorial. I love it. So let's look at some things here. I did some translations already. I'm going to go over the first Qarantiym, 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Yeah. This is fresh translation, not scrubbed though. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. You ready? Here it is. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. No, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 12. Shaul is talking. Now, or so if we preach that Mashiyha was resurrected from the dead, how can some of you say there is no resurrection back to life? Think about this. Why are we celebrating the Feast of First Fruits now, this law forever? Because we preach and we believe that YAHUAH Mashiyha, who was Yahusha Mashiyha, we believe that he's been resurrected back to life. Put in the chat if you believe that Yahusha has been resurrected back to life. And he is now YAHUAH Mashiyha. He's now Yahuwah the Messiah, the Mashiyha, the Savior. If y'all believe that, put that in the chat. Say, I believe Yahusha was resurrected back to life. I believe he's the first fruits. This is what we're talking about today. Do you believe this or not? Are you part of that part? Are you part of that part? That's a good question. I like the way I put that. Are you part of that part that you believe that Yahusha, he died and he's been resurrected and he's the first one to be completely resurrected back from the dead? Huh? Y'all believe that? I love it. Look in the chat. So if you believe that, that's why you want to celebrate Feast of First Fruits, because of what I'm reading. Now watch what I'm reading here. This ain't no joke. If the dead will not be resurrected back to life, then Mashiyha himself was not resurrected back to life. That's why I'm asking you the question. Because Shaul was saying that there's people that were preaching that there's no resurrection of the dead. So he says, hey, this is what we preach and we believe. So if there's no resurrection from the dead, then Mashiyha, he wasn't resurrected from the dead. Verse 14. And if Mashiyha was not resurrected back to life, then our message is worthless. And so is your faith. He said, all of our faith is dead. So if the dead are not resurrected back to life, we have been told lies about Yahuwah by saying that he resurrected Mashiyha back to life when that really did not happen. So if the dead are not resurrected back to life, then Mashiyha was not resurrected back to life. And unless Mashiyha was resurrected back to life, your faith is useless and you are still living in your sins. Then those that died after putting their faith in the Mashiyha are completely lost. If we only hoped in the Mashiyha for only this life, we are worse off than anyone else. But the fact is that Mashiyha has been resurrected back from the dead. Verse 20, and he is the first fruits of those that are asleep. Woo! That's why we celebrate first fruits, is because first Qarantiym, chapter 15, verse 20, tells us that he is the first fruits for those that are asleep. Hallelujah. Hold on. Verse 21. Just as we will die because of Adam, we will also be resurrected because the son of Adam, the Mashiyha. Adam brought death to all of us, but Mashiyha will bring life to all of us. But we must each wait our turn. The Mashiyha is the first fruits to be raised back to life, and his people will be raised back to life when he returns. Then, after Mashiyha has destroyed all powers and forces, the end will come. And he will give, watch this, family. Look at this. Y'all like this translation, by the way? Y'all like it? And he will give the kingdom back to YAHUAH the Father. Mashiyha must rule until he has put all of his enemies under his feet. And the last enemy he will destroy will be death. Woo! When the scriptures say that he will put everything under his feet, meaning under his power, this does not mean YAHUAH. Telling y'all, this is fresh, powerful This is the real translation. That other garbage in King James, they ain't giving you this power you're hearing now. You're getting the power of the word in this translation. When the scriptures say that he will put everything under his feet, meaning under his power, this does not mean YAHUAH. It was YAHUAH who put everything under the power of Mashiyha. After everything is put under the power of YAHUAH's Son, then the Son will put himself as one under the power of YAHUAH, who had put everything under his Son's power. Then YAHUAH, the YAHUAH, will mean everything to everyone. This translation off the hook. So if the dead does not come back to life again, then what is the point of people being immersed, believing that those they love, believing of those that they've loved, that they will not get to see them again? Why would you do this unless you believe that one day you will see them rise again? And why do we continually risk our lives every hour and face death every day if we are not brought back to life? How many of y'all feel this message? Hold on, I'm gonna come on here because I'm reading on the screen. I gotta come over and feel y'all. Y'all feel it? This is the true scriptures I am reading. This is the first time y'all have heard this one. So special. I'm busy translating that kind of word. That's the real word. This is why we celebrate first fruits. YAHUAH, I didn't even read that before I got here. I didn't even read it before I got started this. I didn't know you're going to go through all that. I just heard 1 Corinthians 15, somewhere around 20 in my spirit. And now I'm reading, I'm going, this is us. This is the real deal. Hold on. I'm going right back in, Brother Mike. Put your seatbelts on. I'm going right back in. Faustine says, this is 1 Qarantiym, chapter 15. I'm rocking in there. I started around verse 12. Now, I'm at verse 30. Watch this, Christina. He said, if the dead won't come back to life again, if there's not going to be a resurrection, if Yahusha is not the first fruits, he said, then why do we continually risk our lives every hour and face death every day? Shaonim, they were under some severe persecution, and that's coming. That's coming for us after the big push, though. Once YAHUAH is raised up a right amount, the 144, when we get up on the front line, should be about ready for them type of persecutions, but we're going to be braced for that. 31. Shaul said, I take pride in you, and I die daily because of our master YAHUAH Mashiyha makes me do this. 32. What do you think I gained by fighting wild animals over in Apasi? He said he had to fight wild. How many of y'all been fighting wild animals for the sake of YAHUAH Mashiyha? You ain't had to go out here and fight no lions. Shaul said, what do you think I gained by fighting wild animals? If the dead are not resurrected, then let us eat, drink, and be merry, because tomorrow we're going to die. That's what I tell people all the time about the truth. Like, don't tiptoe up and dabble with it. You're going to be so frustrated, and Yahuwah going to come against you so hard. You're going to be miserable in this life. Let me give y'all a promise. This is why you see people get into the Illuminati. They cut a deal with Satan that they can really enjoy this life. You should go on over there. Go on way over to the dark side. I'd rather you be hot or cold, because if you're lukewarm, I'm going to spit you out, thus says Yahuwah. So don't dibble dabble. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting spit out in life. Some of y'all, well, what about my work? And what if I can't do this? And what if that happens? You lukewarm. Go cut a deal with Satan, and he'll give you unbelievable wealth. I don't think nobody's preaching this. I don't think anybody's preaching. Go on and join the Illuminati if you need to. Don't get happy with Satan. Enjoy the heck out of this life here. Go on and max out this time. Why would you be frustrated all the days of your life and then get thrown into the lake of fire? No. Yahuwah got more respect for you if you just get on the other side, full throttle. Not in the middle. No, don't come telling me you love me in my face and then talking trash behind my back. Get on the other side. 3D enemy. Tell us get over there and say, I hate y'all. I hate you, Jay. I hate you, Yahuwah. Get over there. I can't even see y'all right now. I'm over here I'm in the scriptures. I'm going to go back in. Y'all see what Shaul's saying? Shaul's saying if we don't have the first fruits, people not going to be resurrected. What am I out here doing fighting animals? 33. This is a big one here. Man, this is a translation here. Y'all, hey, put some fire emojis in the chat. We're going to celebrate the first fruits. Bakuriym. Put some fire emojis in the chat. Y'all got the true scriptures that I wasn't even expecting to read. It's a long one. Chapter 15 is a long one. I think it might be the longest one that Shaul wrote. The fire emojis, get the algorithm rocking, sharing this with somebody. We here celebrating that Yahusha is the first fruits to be resurrected from the dead. But there's people that preach he never came. That's the people that say they are Yahudim, but they are not. You've even got people that call themselves, quote, Hebrews, that do not believe he's come. It's a whole nother level. But us, we preach YAHUAH Mashiyha resurrected. And we believe that. Look at them fire emojis lighting it up. Y'all were going to make me go back in. All right, Sandra Buchanan, I'm going back in. I'm going in, Brother Richard. Richard! Sue, I'm going in, Clifton. Lisa, I'm going in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is going to be hot. I'm going to read 32 again, and it's going to lead me into the blazing 33. What do you think I gained by fighting wild animals over in the city of Apasi? If the dead are not resurrected, then let us eat, drink, and be merry. Three, do not be deceived. Bad will destroy you. Ooh, woo! Did y'all hear what Shaul said? Do not be deceived. Bad friends will destroy you. Some of y'all hanging out with the people that's going to kill you. And you just tolerating it. And you just hanging around. You're going to become who you hang around. Some of y'all going to have to remove yourselves from those relationships that you will destroy you. Translated that, I almost had to get out and just run down the street. Huh? Bad friends will destroy you. Some of y'all frustrated right now because you hooked up with the wrong people. You're trying to figure out, how come I don't feel right? How come I can't, what's going on with me? I just can't, I feel irritated all the time. That's because who you are hooked up with. You need to say to Yahuwah, hook me up with the right people. Everybody put it in the chat. Hook me up, Yahuwah. He will hook you up with the right people. Hook me up, Yahuwah. Hook me up with the right people. I don't run with no bad friends. Kingdom business, Daniel Bakote. I don't run with bad friends. I just don't do it. Some of y'all say keep your enemies close. The hell with that. I don't roll with no enemies. I don't hee ha ha with stuff I don't like. You get over there, I'll stay over here. I know not many of us are going in. And guess what? I'm not going to let you pull me where you're at. Ain't happening. Hook me up, Yahuwah. Man, I didn't know Yahuwah was going to hit me like this. I didn't know where he was going. I knew we were going to celebrate. Hook me up, Yahuwah. Do not be deceived. Verse 33. First Qarantiym, that's Corinthians. Chapter 15, verse 33. Bad friends will destroy you. What's it saying, old pagan King James? What old King James say? Oh, piece of trash King James. I'm going to see what this thing says. The people get the point on this. 15, 33. See, you can't get this out of this nonsense. King James says, be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. That is trash translation. Come on. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. Are you kidding me? That's a ridiculous translation I ever heard. I'm sitting there looking at the Aramaic. It don't say that. It says, do not be deceived. Bad friends will destroy you. That's straight to the point. That gets some relationships right. That stops you from getting ran over and trampled on. That's trash translation. This is the real. The truth scriptures are here. 34. Be sensible and righteous. Do not sin. You see that? Shaul himself, who they accuse of being lawless, teaching lawlessness, because they are corrupt. He says, do not sin. Guess what he says? Be sensible and righteous. Do not sin. You should be embarrassed that some people around you still do not know about YAHUAH. Woo! Y'all don't understand what Shaul's saying. Man, I'm about to run out of this place. I don't know if I can get through this one. I didn't expect Yahuwah to do this. I didn't expect it. Celebrating the Feast of First Fruits like we've never celebrated before. He said you should be embarrassed that some people around you still don't know about Yahuwah the Eluah. What? You should be embarrassed. He says you will receive power once the set apart spirit has come upon you to be my witnesses. And Shaul is coming in here saying, how can you say you love Yahuwah and people around you don't know? You want to know why? Because they some bad friends. And you being quiet and they're going to destroy you. Next. This is amazing. This is amazing what Yahuwah done pulled off today. He ain't finished. 35. Some of you have asked, how will the dead be raised back to life? What kind of bodies will they have? 36. Do not be foolish. A seed must be buried before it can sprout from the ground. Wheat seeds and all other seeds look different from the sprouts that come up out of the ground. This is because Eluah gives everything the kind of body that he wants to give them based on what pleases him. It's crystal clear translation. People, animals, birds, and fish are all made out of flesh, but none of them are alike. Everything in the heavens has a body, as does everything on earth. But each body is very different from all others. The sun is not like the moon. The moon is not like the stars. And each star is different. That is how it will be also with the resurrection of the dead. These degrading bodies that we have now will die and will be put in the ground. But the bodies that are resurrected will be beautiful and live forever. The body is degraded when it is put in the ground, but it is raised in esteem. It is weak when it is put in the ground, but it is powerful when it is raised. How can we not believe that Yahusha wasn't put in the ground? He wasn't put in that grave. See, he got the power when he resurrected. He gives us the power when we're resurrected. It is a physical body when it is put in the ground, but it is a spiritual body when it is raised. It is also written, the first human, Adam, became a living soul. And the last Adam became a spirit that gives life. Therefore, the physical body comes first, not the spiritual one. The spiritual body comes afterwards. The first human was made out of the dust that comes from the earth. The second human is from heaven. Woo! I'm about to cry at the same time. Man, I'm about to cry. I done translated this. It's got me tore up because it's the word. It says, hey, ooh, the physical body comes first, not the spiritual one. The spiritual body comes afterwards. The first human body was made of the dust of the comes from the earth. The second human is from heaven. Everyone on earth has a body like the body of the one who was made from the dust of the earth. And everyone in heaven now has a body like the one who came from heaven. Just as we are like the one who was made from the earth, we will be like the one who came from heaven. If you don't believe this, get on the other side. I believe this. I believe this. I believe it. Woo! Brothers and sisters, I am telling you that our bodies that are made out of flesh and blood here on earth will decay. This means that our earthly bodies cannot inherit the kingdom of YAHUAH, which lasts forever. I will explain a mystery to you. Ooh-wee. Put some fire emojis in the chat if y'all want the mysteries to be explained to you from the true scriptures, straight from Brother Shaul. You can tell he was rocking in the spirit. Put some fire emojis in the chat. You can tell Shaul was rocking in the spirit, y'all. You can tell it. But you got to have this translated the right way to get this power out of this word. That's why, hey, everybody got to get over to TSNT. I forget all the time. I'm robbing you of your blessings of first fruits. See, today is the feast of first fruits. What is the first fruits you going to plant for YAHUAH? Like, we got the most important topic and subject and project that's ever happened since Yahusha came, resurrected. First fruits. The tsnt.org is where everybody can. This is a today thing. You go, okay, I'm first fruiting it today. Do it. Hey, go out on the streets, do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you with the true scriptures, I would plant first fruits today. I would do it today with full faith. With YAHUAH, I say, YAHUAH. I need a breakthrough. I got YAHUAH. It's on. I'm moving from unconscious incompetence where I didn't know. Now I moved up and admitted I didn't know to conscious incompetence. And then now I know, but I got to think about it. YAHUAH, give me a mind, a spirit, a soul that I don't have to think about what I need to be doing for you. Raise me up like that to unconscious competence. Don't just take me to conscious competence. Make it to where it's in me and it just pours out of me so that I'm speaking like Brother Shaul here. Yeah. Everybody go do first fruits. Whatever you feel in your spirit. It might be $1 first fruit. I don't know. But we got to get the true scriptures all over the world. It's going to take money to do it. I ain't shy about telling you. And if you think anything is twisted about that, get on the other side. Get over there and go against us with all you got. But you will only be fighting with YAHUAH. Because ain't nobody out there I know. I haven't seen people out there just going to tell people the truth. You want to know why? They got a piece of trash. How can somebody say and stand on something and they sitting there with the wrong translation? Guaranteed. Not one English translation we found in the world is not corrupted. Not one. Including the names that have the pagan names removed. They all are Greek influence. All. Look what happens when I snatch that Greek influence out of Paul's writings. This is why Kappa said, you're not going to understand Paul. If you're twisted and unlearned, you got to be learned to understand Paul. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. And you're going to use it to your own destruction. That's what Kappa said. That's Peter. He said that people were specifically going to use Paul's writings to their own destruction. And guess what? They went and grabbed them. They Greeked them up to the max. And you got to get ungreeked. You've been Greeked to the max. So whenever anybody comes and starts saying anything about what we're doing to promote the truth, I'm like, you don't have any credibility to say anything. Brother Randy in the building with that super. First fruits, come on. They don't have nothing. They gonna go quote a scripture that's corrupt. I always say, what translation you reading from? Because see, I know that they don't have one. I've been trying to get it. Family of promote the truth. Family of YAHUAH. Have y'all seen us on here doing one live after the next going, where are they? Where are these non-corrupt scriptures at? Where are they? And people say one after the next. And then I go, stop. Pull I'll go grab 1 or 2 verses out of the true scriptures, and I prove that these are corrupted versions. I'm talking about you got versions that literally are promoting idolism, idolatry. I proved it last week. I said, look at that. All right, we going in. We going in. He going to tell us the secret. Yeah. Verse 51. I got to go to 50 first to get back into 51. Brothers and sisters, I am telling you that our bodies that are made out of flesh and blood here on earth will decay. This means that our earthly bodies cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahuwah, which lasts forever. Emily Aguilar, first fruits coming in the building. He says, I will explain a mystery to you. Here's the mystery, y'all. Y'all ready? Now, this is high probability for us now. So when I read this, y'all, everybody needs to really personalize this like this could be us. Watch. I will explain a mystery to you. Verse 51. Not every one of us will die, but we will all be changed. Do y'all know that is a high probability for us? More than any time ever. People say, oh, the end is near. It ain't been near like all the signs that are now. Nope. Especially when you understand prophecy. And I break down, I told you I'm going to give y'all a special on Revelation. And I know about them 8 kings in Revelation. And it's said that the 7th king will be here for a short time. And then the 8th would come. And then the end short after. And I know, and many of us that understand the real word, we know the 8th king on this earth, who the scriptures is talking about. And we know how old he is. And we know how old the oldest person in their realm is. And this person here is reaching within less than 10 years from hitting the person that has lived the longest in their realm. So when I see this, you ready, Cliff? When I see this, I will explain a mystery to you. Not every one of us will die, but we all will be changed. It will happen suddenly, quicker than a blink of the eye. And at the sound of the last trumpet, the dead will be resurrected. Then we will all be changed so that we will never die again. Our corruptible bodies will be changed to incorruptible bodies that will never die or decay. This mortal body must be changed to immortal. The bodies we have now are weak, fragile, and can die, but they will be changed into bodies that are eternal. Then the scriptures will come true when it says, death has been swallowed up in victory. Oh, death, where is your victory? Oh, death, where is your sting? The sting that death, the sting of death is caused by sin will be gone. The law, which reveals our sins, will no longer be our judge. But thank you, Yahuwah, for letting our master YAHUAH Mashiyha give us victory. Therefore, my beloved brothers and sisters, stand firm and do not be shaken. Always be busy working for the master. What's Daniel Bakote say? Kingdom business. You know that everything you do for him will be worth it. The end. Shaul ripped that thing in the shreds, didn't he? Y'all know that's like another level of spirituality. He's usually very intellectual. There he was full in the spirit. Full in the spirit. Kingdom business. First fruits. What are your first fruits for Yahuwah? You want to be raised like him for the first fruits? Are you handling kingdom business like he was handling to be able to be worthy to be in the first fruits? Think about that. We're not all going to die, he said. He knew we'd be reading that word. He said, but we're all going to be changed. How many of y'all would love it? How many of y'all would love it to be one of the ones that not die and literally witness those that are dead being resurrected back to life? How many of y'all would like that? Huh? You ever thought about that? Like for real, for real. I'm telling you, it's a high probability for the 144. It's a high probability. It's a high probability for the 144 are not going to die. They will have never died. How many of you would love that? Look at that. Blake said that would be a dream come true. You see, if you want to have that chance, we got to get Yahuwah back here. And he said the end will not come until this message, the Bashura, is preached throughout all the world. Well, guess what? It has been blocked from being preached. I don't know if everybody's really got that in their soul. So you might be saying it, but I don't know if you really realize it. There's no true word of Yahuwah in the world in English, in Spanish, in name it, Greek, Latin, Mandarin, German, French, Serbian, Yugoslavian, Romanian, Vietnamese. There's not one that we have found. I'm standing on it now. Francois, I'll keep that in the forefront of my mind too, brother. I'm telling you, I'm starting to put my 10 toes down on this and go, hey, because I would love, somebody said, no, Jay, you ain't got, no. There's this one over here. It's just been like, they decided not to expose it or something. I didn't look for it. 17 years. I've been looking for it. I didn't want to have to be the one to translate it. I'm telling you the truth. I'm good at collecting and getting the people to listen. I wasn't thinking, oh, it's going to be you and your team be the one that does it. And every one of you that get involved with tsnt.org and contribute, I'm telling you right now, you planting in the most fertile soil that's available for the kingdom of Yahuwah on this earth. And that's a fact. It's unbelievable. How can we not have, after all, how many years you been going? Anybody bold enough to put their age in the chat? Anybody bold? I put my age in the chat, right? Jay, 55 years old. 55. Anybody else bold enough to put their age in the chat? I'm 55. Robert Arinson, 51. Emily, 38. Michelle, 29. Sherry, 66. Francois, 49. Brian, 40. James, 63. Joe, 39. Carolyn, 83. Carolyn, think about this, sis. Jesse, 54. Ebony, 39. I'm coming back talking to you, Carolyn. Aaron, 24. Sandra, 36. Faustina, 62. Heather, 32. Lane, 37. Daughter of the Most High, 44. 42. Pamela, 59. Rich, 48. 34. Richard. Candace, 62. Annette Green, 58. Archella, 48. Oregon's only, 53. Brandon Tello, 28. 49. 36. 39. All right, why am I doing that? Look at your years. Cheryl Lynn, 75. Cheryl Lynn, Carolyn, how can y'all be on the earth? 3/4 of a century. And the real word never came across your eyes. Everyone, y'all got to look at your age and go, that many years. The real word never came across my eyes. I was lied to by every word I looked at. Why did you even get faith? Duran Moore in the building. That's super. How did you get Sylvia 66? You didn't get a real word. Come on, Dwayne. Why did it not pop up in your face? Daniel Libby. How can you be 65 and you never seen the real word of the Most High come across your face? Cheryl Lynn, 75. You ain't seen the real word of Yahuwah come across your face. You never set your eyes on it. Until we put up the true scriptures, this is a fact on earth. Until we put the true scriptures up with the excerpts, there hadn't been a real word that, unless it was in Aramaic or Hebrew, and I believe that with all of my soul, I'm going to put my life on it. Look at that, Faustina. How's that make y'all feel? How does it make you feel that you've been that many years, Sherilyn, and you've been reading one word, you've been reading one Bible after the next, you've been praying, and it's all been fake the whole time. Michael Fick, 61, tricked, 61 years. Christy Brown, fooled, 48 years, got you. You got took. Samantha, 33 years, tricked, fooled you. Satan over there laughing. Huh? Now watch this. This was amazing to me. Y'all can go back and look at the videos. Y'all gonna be like, Jay ain't playing. I found Yahuwah when I was 38. I'm 55. Shortly thereafter, within a year, I had disseminated, because I was collecting the originals. And those 3+ years of me learning those languages, rocking. You can't find nothing for 16, 17 years that I put out that's against the real scriptures, because I had them in my hands and I understood them. But this is what tripped me out. Why did I not think until about 2 years ago to just translate it? Y'all can go back. I promise you, go back and look at the videos. Y'all see them videos? Y'all see me reading scriptures and I go, well, that's not translated right. That's not translated right. Who bears witness with that? Y'all see me do it over and over and over and over. Annette, you see me? I'm back. No, I'm sitting there reading out of versions that got all the uncorrupted name. And I'm like, no, that's mistranslated. Y'all see me? Look at my dad, 77, 3/4. Lies. Cheryl isn't angry but grateful. Yahuwah didn't forget about you. Hold on, Cheryl says something. He didn't forget about you. He could have left you in the dust. Do you know my grandma and my granddaddy died? Granddaddy 81 when he died. Grandma 76 when she died. They died way too young. But even still, they didn't know, they didn't have a clue about Yahuwah. Not one church, Shirley, has ever preached the truth. Not one. Hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars went through them churches. Nobody telling the truth. Lying. Duran, 60 years. 6 decades, Duran. Archella says a process. It doesn't more the process. Archella, this is more than a process. This has been a freaking hoax. Think about what I'm asking y'all. Because we got a chance to go way up. Francois, shall we go up? When they were going to war, those men of old, those warriors of Yahuwah, before they would say, shall we go up? They be like, shall we go up? Gonna pray and they're gonna go down, they're gonna tear stuff up in the name of Yahuwah. Go up to pray, come down to tear everything up. Right now, you got an opportunity to go up. Shall y'all go up? I'm going up. Of course they know the truth, daughter of the Most High. The scriptures tells you. Y'all don't be deceived. Don't tiptoe around it. Say they lied to me. They intentionally lied to me. They were children of their father. And Yahusha told us about them. He says, you are children of the devil. Anybody don't tell the truth of the word is a child of Satan. I don't care how much beautiful robes they put on. I don't care how many times they act like, oh, we're going to be praying for you. They are children of the devil. They are wolves in sheep's clothing, and they're only here to destroy you. They've been sent by their daddy, Satan, because they do not love the truth so that they can be saved. You got to love the truth. That's why we named it the true scriptures. You got to love the truth. And all I did, so 38, I was 38. Before I turned 39, I said, oh my goodness. I knew it wasn't right. Now I can sit here and read it ain't right. And I can just sit there and put out information that's so powerful. Nobody's been able to refute the information we've been putting out. None. 17 years. So I've been on the real word over 16 years. So when people hear me deliver messages or they go, man, that's because I've been getting fed that good food over 16 years. I've been eating that organic word of Yahuwah 16 years. People know that power. They can't fake what I'm saying. What y'all gonna do about this? Are we gonna go up? If we going up, true scriptures got to be out there as our sword on the front line. That way we shut up all the mouths of the arrogant. We just shut the mouths up. Do y'all know that these scriptures shut their mouths? Do you know when your arrogant, pompous pastor that you used to have respect for, you know when they stand up all high and mighty, and then you go, you show me how that can be right, where idolism is accepted. Show me in the scriptures. And they're going to pull up those beautiful Greek scriptures they call gorgeous and so wonderful. And you're going to pull out your sword called a true scripture. You're going to slice it in half with questions. You're not even going to have to give answers. You're going to ask them. I'm going to teach you how to ask about 10, 15 powerhouse questions, and everybody's mouths go. Y'all understand this? So we going up. Now today is the Feast of First Fruits. Man, oh man. Y'all are talking. I'm going to read y'all a few things and then I'm out of here. I'm going to read y'all a few things and then I'm out. It's hot. Man, oh man. How y'all like this message today? How y'all like the message today? Did it hit you? Y'all wait till we get together during Sukkot. Y'all think we having fun here? We're gonna have a blast. Y'all hang out with me, we're gonna have a ton of fun. I'm gonna read y'all some stuff. You ready? I'm gonna go to Dabarim. I'm going to Dabarim, chapter 26. Y'all see me going slow. You see me, Yahuwah's talking to me. He's telling me stuff. Going to my research. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna read verse 26, verse 9 and 10. And he brought us to this place and has given us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. 10, I want you to pay close attention to. This is your breakthroughs here. And now, see, I have brought the first fruits of the land which you, O Yahuwah, have given me. Then you shall place it before Yahuwah, your Eluah, and bow down before Yahuwah, your Eluah. Think about that. Like, is that like your life? Do you bring Yahuwah your first fruits? Daniel Bakote doing kingdom business today. I want everybody focused today. tsnt.org. Let's go up to a new crazy level. We got musicians, literally. We got a male and we got a female now that are on payroll. And they got a job to produce some of the most beautiful music for Yahuwah. This has been a dream of mine. We're going to pump resources into getting some beautiful music out for the kingdom. We're hitting multiple angles. But these are just some of the things we're doing. We get the app process started. we're getting marketing ramped up to all new heights. We're getting some commercials. We're going to be hitting them on Roku. We're going to be hitting them on all the different streaming platforms where people can start seeing the advertisements about true scriptures. True scriptures. What is that? What is that? We want to hit them about 100 times this year. Multiple. But the question is, and now see, I have brought the first fruits of the land. Most of y'all, when y'all make money or you get blessed in somehow, you don't think Yahuwah first. You think Yahuwah down the line. So you're gonna have to learn to think, Yahuwah, I have to do first fruits with you. If I want to be a blessing, I gotta start thinking first fruits. Think about that. All I want you to think about for the rest of the day is like, okay, first fruits. I gotta make sure my resources, Yahuwah's first. Next, I gotta make sure that I am paying attention to what he wants me to do and give him my best. I'm not sinning anymore. I'm offering my first fruits. My body is a living sacrifice. I'm done sinning. I'm going to guard the commandments. So all you got to do, guard the commandments. You're not going to sin. You got to make sure to keep the festivals intact. You're not going to sin. You can't be eating non-food. You won't be sinning then. You got to keep his name as the most important thing. You will not be sinning then. Every one of us can do that. And then we will have presented ourselves, our body, as the first fruits, as a living sacrifice to him. Now that my body and my ways are a living sacrifice to Yahuwah, now I give him my best first. I don't say I'm paying my rent and my mortgage and my car payment and this, and oh, Yahuwah, here's a little something for you. You don't do that, because he going to do that with you. I'm taking care of this. Oh, I'll give you a little something. I'll let it rain on you just like with the unjust. You're going to get a little rain no matter what. But do you want Yahuwah to push you up in the priority of breakthrough? Some of you need to get your businesses and your finances in order now, but you got to flip this thing and present yourself as a living sacrifice. Come into obedience to Yahuwah. Then look at what you do have. Bring your first fruits to him. Bring him your best today. So here's my best. Here's my seed. I want you to grow this. This ain't no lottery. We don't deal with no magic. That's pagan. We deal with principles and kingdom business. And it's going to take all of us, the remnant, the 144. I'm not talking to, if anybody else grabs it, so be it. Y'all hear me next year talking more to the masses. This year, I'm only talking to the 144. If anybody else picks up something, they learn something from it, great. Yahuwah sent me on a mission to get 144 people that they are just so laser focused on doing his business, getting the word spread, strategically marketing. They love how we pump out the material, we promote the truth. They go, all right, I am with it. I'm back to back. Let's go. That's the people we're looking for. 144 of you that way. I don't know who it is, but we will see as this year plays out. Then we'll open it up. All right. So today is the Feast of First Fruits. We still rocking matzah. We're going to have us a great meal today. We're going to eat some unleavened bread today. We make sure no leaven's in the house, right? Maybe a little check just to make sure everything is tight. And we just celebrate all this week. Every day you get that offering. You bring a nice offering to Yahuwah made by fire. You ain't sacrificing nothing, dealing with no sacrifices. Yahusha's done that. You being conscious to your Father, going, I appreciate you. And then you first fruiting today. Like you can look at your resources, you go, all right, look, I'm going to first fruit you today. Like I've never first fruited you. I'm going to tsnt.org, or I'm going to get out here in the street. I'm going to do something, Yahuwah, where it's specifically for you today. So that I have you put me priority as a first fruit. Y'all with that? All right, man. This is a surprising message, because I didn't expect to get into first Qarantiym 15 like that. I had no clue that Yahuwah was calling us to rock that, but man, he did a thing today with that blessing. Knowing we're going to be changed and resurrected with Yahusha, right? As he was here on this earth. We go through the process that he went through, and now we get to be with him as YAHUAH Mashiyha forever. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be faithful. First fruits today. Let's rock it, y'all. Bye-bye.